Hey guys, Elaine here again, and I just wanted to show you another quick and easy self-mobilization technique, but today we're talking about the shoulder blade. So shoulder blade mobility is super important because what ends up happening is our shoulder blades just get really stiff and stuck, and most of the time they're kind of in this weird kind of outwardly protracted position because we're stuck in these positions all day. And when that happens, our shoulder blades can't quite move because they're already in a poor position. And what ends up happening is our ball ends up having to do all of the work. So the ratio of movement between the ball and the socket gets all kinds of out of whack. So above 60 degrees of motion, what should happen is for every 2 degrees the ball moves, that shoulder blade should move at least 1. So it's a 2-to-1 ratio. When we're in these positions, what ends up happening is that shoulder blade, because of the fact that it's pitched forward, cannot rotate upwards because it's just stuck in a down position. And then the ball ends up having to do all of the work. And when it's supposed to be a 2-to-1 ratio, what ends up happening is it ends up being like a 6-to-1 or an 8-to-1 ratio. And that's where we get into trouble with our rotator cuffs. Is that ball just kind of sits rolled forward, and then it just kind of bumps up against that bone instead of sitting a little bit better into the socket, because if we can get the socket to come back, the ball has somewhere to go. It can sit a little bit better in the middle of the socket. So this one exercise is going to help try to get a little bit more movement going through the shoulder blades to help protect this guy right here. Now, this exercise doesn't apply just to, CrossFit athletes or just kind of any overhead athletes, but pretty much anyone who catches themselves in this position all day. So it's all about the setup and getting into a more neutral position and then allowing that shoulder blade to rotate upwards, which is going to help protect our ball and socket joint. So this is pretty much the most common shoulder injury that we see in the clinic, is the ball just kind of gets pinned forward and then the ball does all the work. Shoulder blade doesn't do enough work. So it's all about retraining the shoulder blade to move, and then that allows the ball to not do as much work. So this exercise, all it's going to involve is a wall, and same thing, it's all about the setup. So what you're going to do, you're going to approach the wall. You're going to stand a couple inches away from the wall. The elbows are going to be about shoulder width in height, and you want to go through your setup as you approach the wall. So when those forearms are flat up against the wall, elbows about shoulder width in height, you still want to pull those Kegels in, that belly button towards the spine, rib cage is locked down, breastbone is lifted up, head in that nice neutral position. And what you're going to do from here, you're going to slide those forearms up the wall, and as you do that, you can lean into the wall and your forearms do not have to touch. What we're looking for is just making sure that this part of your palm is touching the wall, but you can kind of lean into the wall if you feel like you need to. So elbows about shoulder width in height, go through your setup, Kegels, belly button, rib cage, breastbone, head, screw those heels in, let your shoulders kind of relax there. You're going to slide them up the wall and you can lean in. Once you get to the top of your movement, what you're going to do here is you're going to take a deep breath in to allow your shoulder blades to go upwards. So take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, you slide the arms back down, leading with the elbows. So you're going to slide. You can allow those forearms to leave the wall. Get to the top of your movement, take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, lead with the elbows on the way down. So slide, deep breath in, breathe out, come back down. So the side view of what that looks like is the setup here. Kegel, belly button, rib cage, breastbone, head nice and neutral. You're going to slide those arms up slide those forearms up the wall. Take a deep breath in. Allow those shoulder blades to elevate, and as you breathe out, you're going to slide the elbows back down. So slide, take a deep breath in, breathe out as you slide back down. So notice how there's no deviation in the spine itself. We're really truly trying to get those shoulder blades to move upwards. And when that happens, it allows this guy to sit a little bit better in the socket, and then the ratio is a little bit better. So now we're give ourselves a chance to get a little bit more of a 2-to-1 ratio instead of a 6-to-1 or an 8-to-1 ratio. We're really trying to protect the front of the shoulders there. We're not looking for impingement. So if you get to the top of your movement, you're starting to feel some pinching here, it's okay to back off a little bit, but don't forget to still take that deep breath in to allow that rib cage to expand a little bit and get those shoulder blades to come up. So what that's going to look like is if you slide to about here, you feel your pinch, that's okay. Take your deep breath in from there. And then breathe out, slide back down. So if you feel a pinch there, that's okay. Just kind of stop your movement there, take a deep breath in, and then come back down. That's your limit at that point, that's okay. The goal is to be able to get the arms as straight as possible, and then take a deep breath in, and then breathe out. So it's a work on, progress and not perfection when it comes to this exercise, but continuously do it multiple times a day. If you can kind of mimic it even without the wall. You just go here, take that deep breath in, deep breath out, that's okay. That's an easy way to kind of get that part of your shoulder blades to move a little bit better, so that way we're not compromising the ball and socket joint. So I would suggest doing maybe 10 to 15 repetitions throughout your day. It doesn't all have to be at once. I mean, if you're going to be doing some overhead movements, do them all at once just to prepare your shoulders for what you're about to do. But if it's just a general work day, sprinkle it in throughout. You could do it in a sitting position, you could do it in a standing position, while you're at a stoplight, while you're watching TV and commercial breaks, whatever you're trying to do, get those arms overhead and get those shoulder blades to move a little bit better to give yourself a working chance, so that way this guy doesn't have to do all of the work. Give that guy a try, let me know how it goes. Stay tuned for more videos, and I will see you guys soon. Okay, bye.